Good morning, good morning, good morning. Alrighty. I just realized the music was not playing. Oh, we gotta start the playlist again. There we go. And we got Vish here, so it's perfect. You gotta have the mango music. Michael, how's it going? Alright guys, today we're just gonna hang out. Alright, we're just gonna hang out and talk shit. I'm gonna talk shit about all the bears, because fuck him. Bitcoin's gonna go to $1 million. It doesn't matter what happens in the short term. This guy's like, guys, what is my name showing as? I'm not sure I'm allowed to say, man. But you got your intended effect. Smash the likes if you guys want a bull stream. If you guys want me to be bearish, let me know in the live chat. But if you guys want me to be bullish, smash the likes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Why do you want Krisha? Am I not enough? What's going on here, Vishal? 2001 to 2006 repeat. Oh, mega pump for years. Wow, this guy's like bulled up. Love it. Any particular altcoins that you guys want covered today? Now's the time to let me know. You need me to I need to remove Vishal's mod rights? Nah, man, can't do that. Vishal's got a special place in my heart. Almost time for some shorts to the downside. I don't think that we can. I don't think we should approach it that way, Nick. We're going to be using a combination of price and relative volatility. So the dashboard is going to be really, really helpful out there. I'll explain what I'm talking about over there. But for example, if what you're looking for is for price to come up against your key HTF levels while volatility is high, right? So you want the dashboard cannot, because you don't want to use your own biases to assess volatility. The dashboard gives you relative volatility. The dashboard being red against HTF trend, right, would be okay, cool. I'm feeling a lot more comfortable shorting into this. I know it's counterintuitive, right? But at this juncture, that's what you want. My favorite, Sui. Sui's not my favorite. I made a lot of money on Sui, but it's not my favorite. Depends. What do you? Let's. Why we not on? Good morning. My name is Shawn Dexter, and I welcome you back to another early live stream. Well, this is not. I wouldn't say early because I will do another one on Monday, but today I'm going to be just, again, let's do a pre-live stream to just talk about things that I think have people a bit confused in regards to how to approach this market. And especially since there's everyone out there who's bad the fuck up, right? I don't need to be bearish because you guys have enough people being bearish now, right? I'm not saying go long here, guys, but let's be positive. I want you guys to not lose focus on how we're going to be making the multi-millions. Yeah, you can make a few 100,000, a few tens of thousands on your short-term trades, but the big money, the life-changing money, the wealth and the retirement money is going to come through what we are going to be talking about in today's live stream. I don't want you guys to be losing focus on that. Right. Just a quick voice check before I continue. You guys can hear me okay? Is the music not too low? I reduced it a tad bit. Is the music too loud? We good? Do you guys want to know how we're going to make our millions? Do you guys want to know how to make millions? Or do you guys want to talk about how to make a few 100,000, a few 10,000s, depending, of course, on your portfolio size? What do you guys want to talk about? The millions or the few thousands? Cheers, Vishal. I'm going to be honest with you in regards to silver. Eh? They were talking about silver in Mango Grove, and I was like, hey, Vishal asked me about silver. I wonder what I said. I know I said something. I don't remember what I said, though. Was I bullish when you asked me about silver? Or did I lead you the wrong way? I have to get your answer now, because I was like, oh shit. Come on, Vishal, I'm waiting. You gave me a level, I doubled down. Yes! Yeah! Oh man, Jesus Christ, my arm's looking good today, guys. Holy shit, look at that. If this isn't your bull signal, what is? Oh man, Heartbreak Kid right there. Right? Max long. If I'm pumping, Bitcoin's gonna pump. But okay, we'll talk about precious metals today as well. I want us to not lose sight of the long-term goal. Okay, I tweeted out today. It's the most important tweet of your life. Yeah, I just went out there and I said it. Follow me at Shawn Dex. If you guys want more tweets like this, where I just say what's on my mind. Okay. And no more, if you guys want me to take off the filter, show me that you guys want it by going and following me on Twitter, right? Make a new account if you have to. If you're already following me, make another account. Follow me again. I said Bitcoin is going to 1 million. There isn't a single trade in the public markets with a better risk-adjusted return over the next 8 years. I really believe this, guys. I really, truly believe this, okay? Risk-adjusted return. Of course, there will be coins and other stocks as well that could outperform Bitcoin in a massive way. But I'm talking about risk-adjusted, where you can be Mango stress-free and make a shitload of money as well. At this juncture, there's nothing that beats Bitcoin over the next 8 years, right? Now, if you guys want to be short-term bearish, and I say as much over here, being short-term bearish is fine, as long as you, one, size properly, and don't lose sight of the long-term goal, which is $1 million. Now, my particular target, okay, guys, is $750,000, like I mentioned to you guys. But there's a band over there, right, of a $250,000 leeway that I'm giving myself, where we could go above and overshoot to $1 million, or we could undershoot and hit $500,000. It doesn't matter. Even $500,000, which was a 10x when I gave my when I provided these targets to you guys initially. Don't talk about it much, but these are my long-term targets. And by long-term, I'm saying like 8 years, guys. Guys. Think of it this way. You guys bitch to your goddamn grandparents and your parents like, oh, you got to buy a house for $200,000 and now it's $1 million. Well, your kids and your grandkids are going to bitch at you saying, oh, you got to buy a Bitcoin at $100,000 and now it's $1 million. Do you really want to be the idiot who tells your kids that, but I did not buy Bitcoin. I should have, but I did not, which is why I get to tell you about how much of an ingrate you are. Because I was an ingrate and not grateful enough for the opportunity given to me, and I didn't take advantage of it. Now, again, volatility to the downside should not be ignored. There are Bitcoin maxis out there who are going to like completely disregard that, which is why I say that once the trend is lost, you do not ignore the fact that, where are my charts? Bi-weekly dynamics is lost, and the monthly 10 SMA is likely going to be lost. You do not ignore that. But this doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going to go to zero over the long term. This means that we have lost the cyclical trends for the midterm, right? Relative midterm. Okay, cool. So if in the midterm you require certain capital that was embedded into your portfolio over here, you remove that. You don't remove your entire goddamn allocation. Okay? Because sit down and really think about the bearish target that you guys have in mind. Okay? The high probability bearish target that you have in mind. Now, when I say high probability, I'm not talking about you saying that Bitcoin has a high probability of going down. I'm saying list out your bear targets. Okay? Let's say that you have already assumed that Bitcoin is going down. Okay, we're going off script over here. I was supposed to go in order, but this is important. I want you guys to do this. Assume that Bitcoin is going down. There's no up, there's no sideways, just down. List down all your targets and then assign probabilities to those targets, okay? Because Bitcoin could do anything. Bitcoin could go all the way down to 13,000, could go all the way down to 2,000. But is the probability high? No, that's a tailed risk event of it happening. And that's going to freaking suck. But you assign, I personally assign like a 2% probability, 1%, 0.5% probability to that happening, right? Exists, because everything exists, everything can happen, but it's not a high probability. So assign your high probability targets. And then let's say you come up with, okay, you know what? I think Bitcoin could go down to, a lot of people are calling for 40K, right? Okay, let's go. 40K. Okay, cool. 40K. And Bitcoin's sitting around 9,000. So you're looking at around, based on my squigglies here, we have a zone of like 50,000 to 45,000. Okay. So that's looking like around a 50% drop. 50% drop, right? 45%. That's a round up, 50% drop. Okay, cool. You are gonna be on your long-term portfolio, on your super wealth building portfolio. That's your opportunity if you sell everything to buy down here and you are risking an upside of, remember we said 1 million, right? 958 to 1000%. You're giving up 958 to 1000% to capture 50% to the downside. Oof. Now you tell me if you are willing to give up your entire portfolio for that asymmetric risk. Okay? That's how you need to think about it. When you are going back to my tweet right over here, and you have read this if you followed me, again, follow me at Shawn Dexter. It ends with an A, not an ER. I say you got to size properly and not lose sight of the long-term goal if you are being bearish. It's fine to be bearish. But if you are targeting around $1 million long-term, understand how to size, because even when you are being bearish, your bear cyclical trades could be wrong. We could be wrong. By the way, that's a different discussion, which I'm going to get to today. I'm going to give you guys the bear case to being a bear, on how it's bearish to be bearish. So how do you fade being a bear, right? Like, how do you come up with a thesis for that? And I'm gonna give you guys enough reason to keep your bearishness in control, and maybe even start mentally preparing for a flip on how the bears could be wrong. Okay, because nothing is for certain. Nothing's for certain. We're gonna get to that. So on that note, if the bear market does not play out and you're wrong on that, and you give up your entire portfolio, it's gonna be that much more difficult to get back in. And what if you don't get back in at all? Because, you know, guys, the more you give up in terms of your portfolio, and then you end up thinking, oh shit, I was wrong on my bearishness, the nominal value of that loss of getting back in gets a lot of people, right? Because, you know, if you give up 10% of your portfolio and you got to take that haircut by buying back higher, that's completely fine. You give up 100% of your portfolio, the haircut now 10x's. Your haircut 10x's. So that nominal value of getting back in at a higher price is like, ouch, I'm going to wait for lower. I'll get that retest, right, Shawn? I'll get it, right? How many of you guys remember all the folk who never got the retest that they wanted because they did not follow the Mango principles down here? And then they just got locked out of the market forever. That risk is too, forgive my French, but that risk, okay, it's just too much, man. It's too much, because you lose this because you're trying to capture that small 50% down. You know what? On 10% of your portfolio is fine. 25% is fine. 50% is fine. Do not give up your entire portfolio if you strongly believe on this upside, because that's a 900% to the upside for 50% towards the downside. Okay? So think about that. Size your bearishness right. And yeah, before I go on any further, any questions? Let's see. Core, how's it going? Buddy says, I'm seeing less downside for Bitcoin movement. If you look at the volatility bucket, exactly. We're going to be talking about that too. Through a psychological point. Okay, I'm going to bring up some, you know, these goddamn YouTubers and people on Twitter. It's like they don't have any freaking brains of their own. Like, come on, guys, just think. Just think about things for a bit. Huh? Just think about things for a bit. How do these guys have 500,000 followers? You know why? Because most people are goddamn sheep and they don't have brains either. So they relate to people with no brains. I think that's the secret. If I want to grow, I got to lose the brains. Are you bullish on Zcash? Clean answer, clean response. You just want a quick answer, right? Yeah, I think any chart that looks like that, it can't be bearish long term. I'm bullish on Zcash. I don't have a position yet, but I'm bullish. The chart will tell me otherwise. I always liked what they were doing, but the chart did not allow me to be bullish. So now the chart looks better, so I have an excuse to be bullish. I hope that answer was clear enough. James says millions. Okay, we're going to be talking about the millions today. I'm going to give you guys a proper plan, a bullish plan. Shawn, what's in the glass? Whoa, are you trying to imply something? It's just literally Diet Coke, man. I'm on a strict diet because I have a beach vacation coming up for Christmas. So If he says, forgive my French. Can I do Bitcoin Cash? No, I can't. I'm not gonna be. There's like one person asking for that coin. I don't know, like use stream time to do a singular. Like if it's a popular coin, I'll do it. Okay, fine. I'll do it for you, man. I'll do it for you. Let's see. Okay, if it looks good here. Not bad. Long on the daily, long on the 2-day, neutral on the weekly. I want to look at it. Let's go look at this shit. We need to. I need some tabs though. We'll come back to it. Yo, man. That's. He's like, bro. I'm not supposed to do altcoins just yet. It doesn't look bad. Holy shit. It doesn't look bad compared to the rest of the coins. Have to say that. Dashboard. Had to check my bias there. Yeah, not bad, man. Let's go remove all of these old drawings. This is not bad compared to the rest of the coins, I must say. Call a spade a spade. So how do you trade this though? It's a bit noisy, but still setting in macro high lows. Oh, what? This is a good call. Good call out. Pan-Ro-Bursic. It's 10 billion MCAP. Not relevant at all, because all that matters is whether this MCAP wants to go up or down. Whether it's 10 million, 10 million or 10 billion is only relevant if you're looking to size on trading volume, because volume tends to be higher on higher MCAPs, right? BTC did good. Yeah, I mean, you can tell by looking at this, right? Because Bitcoin's not looking. This is good, man. We have to shortlist this one. Hey, good call out, Pandro. I want to come back to this later, though. I want to stick to the flow. Okay, before on that too, by the way, guys, we are running one of the biggest sales of the year. The Mango Seed program, the Mango Dynamic, and the Mango Lifeline are all discounted using the Black Mango coupon code. But not just that. Not only do you get the discount, but you also get the dashboard, which is over here, right? Which includes the premium videos, the Mango View, etc., included with your plan. So you get that for free. So this is like an additional massive discount that you can add on to the discount that you already get with the Black Mango coupon, right? So you're getting the coupon plus the dashboard. Mango Seed program, Mango Dynamic, and Mango Lifeline indicator. People often ask me, hey Shawn, which one should I pick? And my answer is always the same answer: the Mango Seed program. Invest in your education, and it will serve you for the rest of your life. And we talk about everything over there, right? Not just trading. We talk about investments for your future wealth building. We talk about just lifestyle, everything. The kind of people that you're going to meet over there in the Mango Seed program are unlike anyone else in the crypto community. We are a really, really family, sophisticated vibe. None of that toxicity, none of that kind of, stuff that you see from crypto bros. None of that over here. So yeah, check out the Mango Seed program. That's what I recommend. But yeah, what most of you guys are going to do, it's going to buy the Mango Dynamic. And I get it, but I urge you guys to invest in your education. Lifeline 2 is really, 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 really powerful for those of you like support and resistance trading. But again, education first, guys. Always. I'm always going to push education. So yeah, check out the coupon, the sale, Black Mango. If you're interested in seed, it's at themangoway.com/seed. If you're interested in the dynamic, themangoway.com/dynamic. And the lifeline is at themangoway.com/lifeline. Okay, let's talk about the base at the moment. Okay, I want before I get into my bullishness, okay, because at the end of the day, I am a Bitcoin bull. Long term, again, $1 million target on the table. I'm going to be saying it throughout the bear market, so you guys don't do anything stupid. We have some bearish developments here. We have lost the bi-weekly dynamic. It's something that Bitcoin has not done throughout this entire cycle. It's a massive change in behavior, okay? And we cannot ignore this. As soon as this happens, this is a loss of the trend and you have to respect it. So you cannot expect to say, hey, everything is going to be A-okay, we're going to reverse, we're going to reclaim the dynamic, and we're going to go to the moon. That could happen, but is the probability there? No, it is not. We are also going to likely lose the 10 SMA in a day and 10 hours unless Bitcoin does something magnificent and closes above 102-ish, let's say $103,000 by the end of the month. So losing the monthly time frame, which has held throughout the cycle, losing the bi-weekly dynamic, which has held throughout the cycle, is a massive change in behavior. It is a loss of trend. But here comes the important bit. Losing the uptrend does not mean we can validate a downtrend. And that's where I see stupidity from all your amateur freaking traders out there pretending to be real traders. The bear market just does not begin like that because we lost an uptrend. Okay? People think markets move like this in an uptrend and then like this in a downtrend. Okay? That's not how markets move. It could move like that, but the probability is really low. And you know why they think markets move like this? It's because they look at the most recent market and say, hey, this is how it moved this market. And they look at only one particular asset and say, hey, this is how it moved for this asset. How markets move is an uptrend, lose the uptrend, consolidation, chop, downtrend, right? Now, that being said, you could argue that that's what we did over here. It's completely fine. But we did that while the trend was still activated, okay? On the monthly, it did not really happen. We did not have all that much of consolidation because the trend was still intact. So if you're using your trend indicators as your trend validation, you do not really consolidate around your trend indicator, right? For example, over here, you could say we consolidated around our, there you go, around our trend indicator, right? Uptrend, came down, came up, lost it, consolidated around it, and then downtrend. I know you had to give up a lot of some gains before confirming that your downtrend was lost, but that is how you know for sure. And I'm going to prove it to you guys right here, right? I want to preface something. In the last market, we were looking at the 10 SMA, and we at Mango said that, hey, if we lose the 10 SMA, that's going to be a really, really bad sign, and it's likely going to ensue into the bear market. But today we can look back and say, hey, that's how it played out last cycle. And last cycle we called it. But the previous cycles, that's not how it played out. You could not have used it, or rather, let me put it this way. You could not have looked at the 10 SMA last cycle and looked to the prior cycles and said, hey guys, I have proof that that's how it worked. You could not have done that, okay? We were able to do it because of experience that leads to market intuition, right? We had this discussion on our Discord, and I want to bring that to you guys on today's live stream because I think it's really, really important that you guys have your heads on straight over here when regarding the bi-weekly 10 SMA and the monthly 10 SMA and the bi-weekly dynamic. Take it seriously, yes, but don't get too bad up and lose your entire portfolio on this either, because there are some caveats to this, okay? So I'm going to pull up this chart that I posted in the Mango Seed Program chat. Now we're using a indicator over here that comes with the Mango Seed Program, but I'll explain it to you guys. It's essentially a convenience indicator that can be used across multiple, in conjunction with other indicators. So, for example, over here, we are concerned about the 10 SMA, right? So what this indicator allows us to do is set this histogram in a way that it gives us the delta between price and the monthly 10 SMA. And you can do this with any indicator. You could use the Mango Delta to get the histogram for the difference between the price and the 21 EMA, the price and the Tenkin, the price and the Kijun, like whatever that you want, right? That you're interested in, and allows us to keep our emotions in check and analyze what price is doing over the long term in a very, very objective way. So right over here, what I'm doing now is just zooming in onto the Mango Delta X, taking price out of the equation completely. Okay, ignore price. I mean, we're looking at all the cycles. Now remember, a quick reminder of what this is doing. It's giving you the delta, the difference between price and the 10 SMA. Okay, price and the 10 SMA, the difference. So green means price has gone way above the 10 SMA. Orange means that price has gone way underneath the 10 SMA, right? So right over here, means we've gone way above. Over here, we've gone way underneath, right? So if you see just slight orange or slight green, we're kind of like consolidating above it. What we're trying to do over here is see how clean has price been against the 10 SMA during the bear markets and the bull markets as well. And just on quick glance, you know what? Let's go one by one. In the first cycle, you can see 2013, 2014, we lost the 10 SMA because it turned orange, but then gained it back again for 2 months, right? Green, and then lost it again. So we reclaimed the 10 SMA, held it for a couple of months, and then the bear market ensued, which means that we went above the 10 SMA after losing it, and then we had the bear market. Okay? Let's go to the next cycle. Again, it was the same story. We reclaimed the 10 SMA after losing it, well above actually, and then we lost it and the bear market ensued. What about the cycle after that? Well, the cycle after that, 2017, 2019, was actually a bit more interesting. This is where things get really, really intricate, guys. You have to listen to this. The 2019 cycle, we actually lost the 10 SMA, held underneath it for 2 months, reclaimed it, lost it again, reclaimed it again, and we had another bull market, right? So if anyone was claiming super cycle, we actually had it in 2019, 2017. And I've talked about this, that, people are just so brain deadedly stupid, where they want to look towards the previous cycles and want exactly the same thing, where they're not willing to look at every cycle as its own independent entity, its own life, its own DNA, its own dynamic, that they lose out on opportunity, right? So over here, if you're just looking at this, ignore price. You're like, oh, wait a minute, was this not a super cycle? Oh yeah, you did not get your $100,000 target. That's what makes it a non-super cycle, right? Super doesn't mean nominal, guys. The nominal value is irrelevant. It's what it did. It had a cycle, right? And again, the freaking morons who are saying 2019's rally was not euphoric. Were you even fucking trading, man? Jesus Christ. Like, Jesus Christ. Anyways, I'm not going to get into that. Sorry, forgive my French. Let's get back to it. Let's go to the next cycle. Next cycle, which was the most recent bear market that we had, we lost it. We lost the 10 SMA, an instant bear market. If you look at the entire picture, guys, you will see that the loss of the 10 SMA leading into an instant bear market without any chopping or consolidation was actually the anomaly. Okay? It was actually the anomaly. So playing the 10 SMA like it is going to lead into a bear market without any sort of retest and consolidation, like it is a high certainty, does not backtest well. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do it. I'm saying you do it as long as you have good enough reason to do so. It needs to be a confluence of other factors as well. You need to give me a bunch of other reasons because of X, Y, Z, right, Shawn? I think that this 10 SMA loss is going to be very important, and we're definitely not going to get a retest, or we're not going to consolidate up, or we're not going to reclaim the 10 SMA and go into another bull market. All of those reasons I'm rejecting, and I think we're going to be going down from here. That's fine, right? I'm not giving you guys a strong opinion on what I think price is going to do. I'm giving you guys a way to think. I'm trying to teach you guys how to think about things in a way that does not align with influencers and YouTubers, including me. I'm not telling you guys what I think prices do. I'm here to teach you guys how to think. Because how to think has given Mango an edge through all these cycles. We have always been thinking differently. We came up with a proper thesis as to why we think Bitcoin is going to make an all-time high before the halving. People call me stupid for it, but I had reason. The only reason people had was, it's never done it before, bro. Don't be so stupid. That's not good enough effing reason. That's not good enough. Think critically, okay? So I want you guys to think about this too, by the way. Look at the deviations every cycle that we've had away from the 10 SMA, and look at the deviations we've had away from the 10 SMA this cycle. This cycle, compared to the previous cycles, where's my drawing right there, right? Very bursty, right? Burst, lost, burst, lost, right? Very bursty the previous cycles. This cycle was so smooth, so smooth. Look at the white line going through the histogram, by the way, guys. It's a representation of how volatile the cycles were, bursty up, bursty down, compared to this cycle. Smooth. It was a really good cycle. Now it could be smooth down too, right? Could play out that way. I'm just saying, take that into consideration and come up with your own thesis as to, hey, this is information that people are not talking about because maybe it requires 5 minutes of thinking, and YouTubers don't like thinking for 5 minutes. This is too much work for them. Maybe I can find some edge by just thinking 5 minutes more than them. Yeah, 5 minutes of work is a bit much. After all, I am a millennial and a Gen Z, and I don't do that kind of thing. I want my answers within a 30-second YouTube reel or a 10-second TikTok video. And 5 minutes, I don't know if I want that. But I do want the millions. So that was the title of my video initially, by the way. This time is different. Is it still, by the way? What's the title of this live stream? I'm not saying this time is different, guys. I'm not saying that. Okay. What I'm saying is every time is different. Every time is different. What I'm trying to say is Bitcoin's going to go to $1 million. It's going to go to $1 million. And I don't want you guys to ignore all of this over here and get too bad up and not participate in that move at all. Ran sold everything I saw on a thumbnail. Ran, you're talking about crypto Ran, makes me bullish. I don't think he'd do that, man. I don't think he'd do that. He'd just say that for the thumbnail. I don't know the guy at all, by the way. But I don't think anyone would do it. I don't think anyone would. Like, you can't do that. I think it'd be stupid to do that. I don't think he's stupid. I mean, I don't think he's that stupid at the way he's. I don't know him. I don't know him at all. You need to understand that most of them are optimizing to be successful YouTubers and not... like me coming out and giving you guys this kind of information is not sexy. It's not exciting. It's not boring. It will make you guys millionaires, yes, but in the short term, it's like, oh, right? And that's the thing. In the short term, you guys got to feel, to make money in the long term. You can't have both. Can't have an exciting journey all the time and also make... it doesn't work that way. Sure, it'll go to 1 million, but highly doubtful within 10 years. It's gonna happen before 10 years. 8 years. This is 8 years to 9 years. I've said this before. People overestimate what's gonna happen in the short term and underestimate what's gonna happen in the long term. And this is exactly what I'm talking about. I always said this, right? People's targets for this. Remember, I said this to Krisha too, to Krisha and to Wolvie. It's easy to say to Wolvie, but to Krisha, because Krisha's targets weren't all that crazy, right? 250, 300. I'm like, when I call Krisha out on this, I'm like, Krisha, you're laughing at me when I say 1 million, okay, but 250 to 300K for this cycle is fine. I think the short term is where you guys are completely overestimating Bitcoin. And in the long term, you guys are underestimating it. Because why can Bitcoin get to $250,000 in this cycle, but 2 cycles forward, you guys are not expecting it to hit 1 million? I think that's the edge. There's massive edge in understanding that people underestimate what Bitcoin's going to do in the long term, and they will overestimate what Bitcoin will do in the short term. But hey, market experience will decide. Before I go on further on Bitcoin, I want to quickly talk about the most recent update I posted in the Seed chat. Okay, now in the Seed exclusive content section. Okay, if you guys are in the Seed program, please watch that video, because when I posted the NDX video, okay, so I posted our NDX video somewhere around Feb, right, somewhere around here. Right, and we said that in that video I marked out this buy zone. I said, guys, we're going to be building a long-term portfolio now in Mango Seed. We're going to be beginning to enter TradFi in a bigger way, and I said we're going to be waiting for this move down here. Now, I did not know for sure whether it was going to happen. I could not predict Trump's tariff move, right? I don't know what that guy's gonna freaking do. I don't know. I don't think anyone knows. I don't think he knows what he's gonna do, right? But it happened, and we were prepared for it, and we were able to load up there. This has been so freaking good, so good to have under us while Bitcoin and crypto has been doing what it has, right? So in fact, we're almost at our target, 26,290. How do I get this target, by the way? Someone asked me. I didn't do much. Literally, just basic TA, guys. Take the measurement from the low over here to the top of the green zone over here and just place it, right? Just place it. That's it. So we got the retest there. It's not exact. We could go further. I don't know. But why am I bringing this up? Because at the time when I posted it, right, people were too focused on what the shiny ball was back then. Now I posted another video with a similar setup, kind of similar, that we have to wait patiently for if we do get that move. And I think over the next 5 years, we're going to be very, very happy to have taken that trade. This is a wealth building portfolio addition, long-term ad. Okay, this is not your crypto kind of thing. And again, if you guys want me to talk about that more often, and I'm even considering doing a small section in Seed on basics of portfolio management, I'm not sure yet. Let me know. I want to know your feedback. So yeah, this is posted in the Seed exclusive content under the Seed chat, I think. Wait, I'll post a screenshot for you guys. Oh yeah, here, right here. Here, Seed exclusive content. Remember, even our QTIM trade doing really, really well. Fantastic moves over there. I think this is going to keep going up. Let's answer some questions before I go on any further. Memento Mori. Is that from DBD by any chance? But he says, I don't hodl BTC, in part because of actors like Sailor and Tether. Sailor seems scammed. Sailor seems scammed people. Oh, you mean to say Sailor has scammed people, and Tether, well, their books don't seem to be trusted. Can you share your opinion? Does my opinion on other people matter to you? Because you may have looked into them yourself and found information, right? If you are basing your opinion on Sailor and Tether on what other people have told you, then I don't think you've done your due diligence enough to have a strong opinion like you do, right? Because saying I'm not going to hodl BTC because of XYZ reasons, it's fine to think that, but you shouldn't be having such strong opinion based on other people's opinions because they could be biased for other reasons. So my opinion, take it with a grain of salt, should not matter to you, but I'm going to give it anyways. Tether now is one of the, I've been hearing, by the way, Tether fudders for almost a decade of my career in this space. Okay, like they've been on and on and on and on about it. And it doesn't matter how much they do to prove themselves, people just keep on and on about it. They're like, oh, Bitcoin's only at XYZ price because Tether's pumping. I don't care whether the government is pumping Bitcoin or Tether's pumping Bitcoin. Bitcoin is getting pumped, right? That's all that should matter to you. The counter argument is that it's all going to fall like a house of cards. Listen, guys, even the US government, the dollar is a scam. So if the dollar collapses, right, does that mean that Bitcoin is going to collapse with it? No, it's most likely going to mean that everybody rushes that much so into Bitcoin, right? That being said, all that put aside, Tether is now, from what I'm understanding and what I'm seeing, the largest non-government entity holding gold, right? Or they have the most amount of gold amongst non-government entities. In fact, they are, I think, number 5 or number 7 on the list if you couple them up with central banks. That's insane. Okay, they are very, very, very well backed, very, very, very well capitalized, and it's as good as it can get for a stable coin kind of thing for us, right? Because there's always going to be bad actors. Understand that. There's always going to be bad actors that are going to portray themselves like someone that they are not. Sailor too, whatever your opinion is of him, he could end up being a complete scam or could end up being a complete genius. But his track record proves a lot, in my opinion. I think it could all fall apart. I think it could turn him into one of the richest men on the planet. Bitcoin's going to be fine regardless. If he collapses, Bitcoin's going to give you a massive buying opportunity. Bitcoin's going to keep printing block after block after block. It's not going to change a thing. People are going to scoop up Bitcoin right after he collapses. Everyone is going to be like, thank you, Saylor, for fucking up. You proved your point to us. We agree now. You have given us all this education. You took the risk for us. You made mistakes with your leverage products, and you collapsed. I don't think that's going to happen, by the way. Bitcoin needs to go underneath 3K, I think, to put them under stress. But yeah, that's my opinion on Tether and on Saylor. And Saylor's a very, very, very smart guy, smarter than most people think. I think he knows what he is doing. Of course, he's taking on massive risk, but I think it's well calculated. Did we go over XRP already? We haven't gone over XRP yet. I'll go over XRP for you guys really, really quickly. XRP, in my mind, is at a juncture where it's holding its support and resistance, but it's lost its Mango dynamic level. So that's the issue. So I had a zone for you guys that I'd drawn out a while ago. I'm not sure why it's not showing here. Maybe it'll show if I switch to the weekly. I had a zone that I'd drawn out. I don't want to just redraw it for you guys quickly, but XRP is fine as long as it does not lose that red zone. Like right now, XRP is fine. Remember, guys, just because it's lost bullish trend does not mean we go fully into bearish momentum, right? You could have lost bullish trend to go into neutral consolidation and then flip bullish again, which is what people need to keep at the back of their minds. You could go from bullish to neutral and then bearish. You need to have your trigger to put on your bearish trade. Or you could say, you know what, I don't have my trigger for my bearish trade yet, but the risk reward is worth it, right? So let's say we bounce over here and you're like, oh, you know what, this level here at 270, that's worth it. I'll put on a short trade over there, or I'll sell some XRP there. I'll go short my allocation, right? Let's say you have a long-term view on XRP hitting $21 and you're like, you know what, I'm willing to give up 15% of my position over here, take some profits because I got in way early. I'm going to take 15, maybe 50, maybe 25, your personal situation, you decide. And then if price goes down, you're very happy. If price, however, keeps going up and closes above, you're like, okay, you know what, I'll take that haircut and I'll just get back into my position. But here's the thing. If you sell here, you got to be careful on your long-term allocation because you can only know that XRP is flipping bullish if on a big candle, if we like take out this level, right? Somewhere around there, 2.6. I want to see XRP go take this level out, put a high low somewhere around here, and then go here, right? That's what it's going to take at this point. After losing the dynamic, you're going to put in a consolidation around the dynamic before you can get bullish. So what are you looking for in regards to consolidation? You're looking for high lows above your level, right? So it needs to do this, right? So you have to be very careful with your position management now. Don't conflate your short-term positioning with your long-term positioning. Short-term, you can say, okay, you know what? I'm going to give up my short-term because this could come down because it's no longer bullish and my short-term positioning is based on it being bullish in the short-term too. Long-term, what's your outlook on XRP? That's going to depend on you. Does that make sense? All right, Krisha's here as well. Krisha is going to be posting, I believe, an XRP video, so I don't want to spend too much time on XRP today. That being said, again, guys, do not forget we are running a Black Friday sale. Coupon code is Black Mango. You guys not only get the 25% to 30% discount on the programs, but you also get the dashboard attached to it. So attached to your subscription. So as long as you keep the Mango seed, as long as you keep your Mango dynamic or you keep your Mango lifeline, your dashboard is going to be coming there for free. We only run this deal during Black Fridays. Okay, what else do we talk about? So we talked about, I think we talked about a lot today. I think I may want to save the rest for the Monday live stream. How long have we been doing the stream? Almost an hour. I can take questions now from you guys. I'll do a separate video on Zcash, universal codes. I don't think it'll be fair to the rest of the folk if I do a comprehensive Zcash analysis just for you over here. But I think there are the folk interested in Zcash as well. Let me know in the comments below. If I get enough comments on Zcash, I'll do a dedicated video on Zcash. But what you guys can do, right, to check your biases, kind of like how I did for Bcash, right, BCH. I'm not going to have an opinion on it, a bearish opinion on it, if the dashboard's looking good. And the dashboard was looking good for BCH. I was like, oh shit, we got to look at this one. Zcash is, surprisingly enough, not as good as Bcash, but at the same time, the weekly trend is still long. So short-term momentum on Zcash is clearly flipped. And you can see that you could have used the dashboard to have capitalized on, saved a lot of profits at the very least, right? Because you can look at the dashboard as a way to take profits, right? Let's say you're in a really good trade that's going parabolic, and then the 4-hour flip short, you're like, okay, I'm taking some profits. And look at that, you saved 9%. The 12-hour flip short, you know what, I'm going to take some profits. Look at that, you saved 13%. You can use this not only to put on short trades, but to also take profits. Feels like BTC might repeat a Sui style move on the bi-weekly dynamic, short-term bearish pressure and mid-term bullish run. Yes, that's a good thought. It could very well play out that way. We got to wait for those triggers. It could consolidate as opposed to going full-on uptrend, right? See, the thing is, Sui gave us 2 trend trades on the 2-day dynamic. 2 trend trades, right? If Bitcoin pulls off something similar, it means that we're in for another bi-weekly up move. That's something that we can actually talk about on the next live stream. I have some really, really interesting thoughts on why we could flip bullish quicker than most people think, or at a higher price than most people think. The bear market may not be as painful. I think it will be painful, but in a different way. I think the pain could be to the upside. So I want us to just keep all of those ideas in mind, and we'll talk about that in the next live stream. I wanted to talk about it today, but it was too much to cover. And I'm glad I did today's live stream now, because Monday would have not been enough time to cover everything that I wanted to. So we'll go over a few more of these concepts, or rather we'll review these ideas on Monday quickly, and then I'll talk about how Bitcoin could flip bullish on the bears on Monday. And we got to keep that in mind, because I want you guys to not get too bad up. And remember my tweet over here. Remember, follow me at Shawn Dexter on Twitter, SHAWNDEXTA. Bitcoin is going to $1 million. There isn't a single goddamn trade in the public markets with better risk-adjusted returns over the next 8 years. I stand by that. The best trade. It's your best trade. Santiago says, couldn't be similar to March to September cycles we've seen before. Wouldn't be surprised if BTC consolidates now, picks up some momentum as we move towards the next bullish phase. We'd all love that, Santiago, right? I'm with you on that. We got to be careful, right? We can't position based on our wishes. We got to guard against that happening, though, by not getting too bearish. That's all I'm saying. Right, we'll see the signs, though. I'm going to present the signs to you guys as we do more of these live streams. I'll be more active now because, things are bearish. I like these phases more than the bullish phases. With an 8 to 12 frame, would a good strategy be to position for a multi-million-dollar outcome just by Bitcoin? No, not at this stage, Steve. I would have said that. Last cycle, I did say that. And it ended up being the right decision to go for. At this phase, there are some really, really good opportunities that we can add on to our portfolio that would also give massive returns, but we'll size them accordingly. They're not in crypto, though. And I'm going to be talking about them in the Mango seed exclusive content videos. The reason I'm doing so because it's more like portfolio management stuff over there that I haven't really talked about in the daily video in these daily videos over here, and I want people to be safe. So I'll be talking about how to manage portfolios there too, slowly and surely. So I'll be presenting those ideas. And Steve, I think you are on seed now too, right? So I think you have access to those videos. So I think there are opportunities that we can add on to our Bitcoin stack, right? Our portfolio. I don't want to call it portfolio, but to like add as a kicker. Massive, massive opportunities. So I don't want to say buy only Bitcoin. Last cycle, that was the play. Yeah, he probably has 40 years of trading experience at this point. He must be well versed in the art. Yeah, 40 years of experience. Could be similar to... Oh, XRP update video posted today. Okay, cool. So you guys have that to watch right after this. So I think that is in play, man. I think that is in play. And for me, all season isn't what people think it is. To me, all season is strong coins outperforming Bitcoin in a massive way in a short period and taking your profits into Bitcoin. So we may not see massive altcoin nominal values in USD, but there's a potential that we see massive outperformance in Bitcoin terms, allowing you to collect Bitcoin, right? And when you look back long term, you're going to look at those phases where you took your Binance account and 5x it on Bitcoin terms, and then you're like, oh shit, Bitcoin 10x after that. That was huge because you get a 5x on your altcoins against Bitcoin, take that into Bitcoin, and then you see Bitcoin 10x. And it's like, holy shit, that's a 50x. 5 times 10, 50, right? So even if you get 5 times 5, that's 25x, right? So you don't need that huge win on altcoins that people think that they do, because Bitcoin ends up doing way better the next cycle, right, than people expected. So, you know, one of my mistakes I always made, I mean, hindsight is 2020, right? I'm like, I could have just I give back a lot of profits, guys. That's my trading style. And so I look back, I could have just taken those profits into Bitcoin, and then Bitcoin did a 2x. I would have been happy, because I wait for that extra leg before the trend is lost. I'm going to like hone that strategy for future cycles as my wealth has been growing. I got to be a little bit more conservative on getting too greedy. In the beginning, I was allowed to get greedy, but now I've got to like build some strategies around that. But yeah, taking profits into Bitcoin, guys, might be something that you guys really, really want to consider, because there are a lot of times I could have just done that a lot more aggressively, especially now, right? I think this cycle makes you feel that pain even more. We're like, oh man, I got to take my profits to Bitcoin, just held Bitcoin, right? But can't think like that all the time. Because if you look at that in 2017, it didn't work out that way for you. I'm wrestling with my own demons and thoughts, guys. Good morning, Shawn and chat. Hey, how's it going, Mark? By the way, guys, again, since Mark is here, I'm going to say it for the third and final time, we are running the infamous is not the right term, the famous Black Mango sale. Included with your Mango Lifeline is the Mango dashboard, and you get the discount on top of that, right? So you get the discount on Mango Lifeline plus the dashboard attached to your Mango Lifeline. This also works with the Mango C program and the Mango Dynamic. You get the discount plus the freaking dashboard added on for free to your subscription. Tan, how's it going? He says, seems like nowadays Mango only has 2 coins. We recommend Bitcoin and XRP. The YouTube videos, ETH, XLM, and other coins seem to be no good at the moment. The thing, man, Tan, is not that it's not good. It's that people don't seem to care when I talk about Ethereum, right? I don't ever talk about XLM. I have no opinion on that. But when I do talk about Ethereum, I don't get any response from you guys. Like, nobody responds to me. So if you guys are not going to respond to me, I'm not going to, like, it's like, I'm not going to talk to a goddamn wall, right? I will say, though, I like ETH. I like ETH I like it more than most people, right? Because I think most people are, and you guys know how bearish I was on ETH for the longest time. I do like it here. Like, I do like it here. I don't care what other people say. I'm just following my strategies, and I will like it as long as over the next 1 day and 10 hours it's closer over the 10 SMA. I think it can. If it doesn't, I'm going like, not that big of a fan. But listen, if you guys want me to talk about things, you guys got to be more active in the comment sections, in the chat, that's it, man. Like, I can't expect to read your minds. I can't be expected to read your minds. You see the XRP folk? They love XRP. They're like, Shawn, what the fuck, man? Where's XRP? Okay. Can you look at total 2 monthly dynamic? Total 2. Let's do it on the monthly dynamic here. Shit, this looks good, eh? What does this tell you guys? Tan, what does this tell you? What's your opinion on this? Because remember, total 2 is, it says right here, total market cap excluding Bitcoin. Santiago, you watching this? Steve is like, enough, talk back to X. You see what I mean? It's not that the Mango YouTube comments are infiltrated by XRP. As a community, we are only gonna, if you're getting feedback only from the XRP folk, and when I do ETH videos and it's like silence. It's like, oh, nobody cares, right? Because remember, I did when I talked about ETH, BTC, I did a proper video all the way down over here, right? I called for this huge move. No one cared. Like, people start showing me that they cared after ETH started coming down. I'm like, where were you guys when I was like bullish on it the whole time? You guys didn't seem to care at the time. So all I'm saying is, let me know what you guys want. Be a bit loud. I'm not going to be able to read your minds. Yeah, the BNB trade too, man. From freaking $600 to like $1,200, nobody cared, right? I got 500 views on that. 500 views on that video. I love Carl because Carl is like Mango through like in his heart. He's been with us since like 2018. I think the reason altcoin season didn't come this time is because the main ones ballooned to such highs. They couldn't reach this cycle. Next highs will make everyone regret selling ever. Okay, so you're saying like what you're saying, Honda, is that last season was so insane that there's no way that it could have caught up to that. I think we did have pockets of altcoin season, man, if we just looked at the market correctly. Because Mango caught some really, really good altcoin trades by just being stupid. Right? We just say, hey, listen, we're going to be stupid, and we're just going to, I don't say stupid, by just being humble and being simple and saying, we're not going to overcomplicate it. We're just going to buy strong coins. A coin is performing well, we're going to buy. Period. That's it. Look for strength. And what people have been misunderstanding altcoin season, because if you think about it, right, altcoin season has always happened in hindsight. Like, oh, look, everything has pumped. And everyone made so much money, right? But it doesn't need to play out that way. Like, not everything needs to pump. And when everything does pump together, it's always found out in hindsight. And if you play for everything to pump, you're just waiting throughout the cycle for it to happen, and you're on pain all the time. But if you just say, I'm going to only buy strong coins, you inevitably end up in a situation where your coins pump, right? Because those coins are what caused the FOMO to begin with. Whenever you'll notice, guys, altcoin season comes with the combination of perfect market conditions, perfect liquidity conditions, and FOMO, right? People have seen other people make a lot of money, and then they go and buy coins that are laggards. That's what causes altcoin season. So you can front run all of that by just saying, I'm going to buy the coins that are strong, because that's what's going to cause people to FOMO to begin with, right? And then at least your winners allow you to pay for the risks that you'll take further out the curve. Yeah, exactly, Honda. Exactly, dude. And was that not really good? Like 5 to 10x, is that not good? All right, guys. I think we'll wrap up here. Gone past the hour mark. I hope you guys enjoyed today's live stream. If you guys are just joining in, I recommend going back to the beginning of the stream because we did discuss some really, really important ideas, especially in regards to the monthly 10 SMA. I want to re-emphasize the ideas on Monday's live stream that will be coming up. Yeah, follow me on Twitter, Shawn Dexter, and remember we are running a Black Mango sale where you get the discount that comes with the Black Friday sale along with the dashboard attached to any one of the programs that you buy, the Mango C program, the Mango Dynamic, and the Mango Lifeline. You can find it at either themangoway.com, I'll type it quickly, /seed, or themangoway.com/dynamic, or themangoway.com/lifeline. Keep it mango, keep it easy, keep it stress real. Love you guys all. We're gonna make our millions and millions and millions together. Slow and steady. Ciao.